Blessings and peace, blessings and peace. And welcome to the Ice Turner experience. Something that you can't define, something that you can't explain, you can only experience. You know, as of lately, I've been doing a little bit of research. A little bit of research of really examining the thoughts and feelings of men and women and their plight and relationships. See, the thing is, a lot of people don't realize is that relationships reveal bondage. Relationships reveal the suppressed shadow side of yourself. The issues that haven't been addressed. The trauma that hasn't fully healed. The pain that hasn't been transformed into strength. Problem is, a lot of people don't really look in the mirror and deal with their ghost. And they clothe what is wrong with them on the opposite sex. What I've noticed is rage, confusion, and chaos between man and woman. The reason why there's failed relationships, the reason why there's children out of wedlock, the reason why there's divorce. Because people neglect the principle. The first relationship that should be nurtured and developed and understood is your relationship with the Most High. You know, he said in Scripture, if my people are called by my name, shall first humble themselves and seek my face, then I will heal their land. And what is the land symbolic to? Symbolic to the mind, the body, right? See, a lot of us aren't healed in our subconscious because we are not humble enough to know that we are hurting. One of the best examples I've seen was with Mary Magdalene chasing after Yeshua to get healed from the issues of her blood. She said, only if I can touch his garment, I will get healed. Now, what was she doing? She was seeking God. She humbled herself to basically get healed. She knew that there was something wrong with her. And she was aware enough within herself to know that there is the source that can solve what is wrong with her. Now, if we do that, it's just like, seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Oh, it speaks to that. Delight yourself in the Lord, right? And He'll give you the desires of your heart, give you the desires of your conscience to be healed. See, the thing is, we are here to basically overcome that negative, or overcome that negatives, because in all actuality, we live in, a sad reality. We go from one sad reality after another and masquerading it and camouflaging it with fig leaves. Camouflaging and masquerading and castrating the tender parts of us, right? The shameful aspects of ourselves with a facade, with sizzle, instead of basically getting healed to have substance. How can we win in relationships if we're both playing defense? How can we score if we're both playing defense? We've essentially become an arrested development when we don't look in the mirror and deal with ourselves and deal with the pain in our childhood. The second part, after you've established a relationship, God, and you've healed, is the relationship with yourself. A lot of us won't admit that there is a percentage of a love-hate thing with ourselves. So God loves you, the devil hates you, and we have a love-hate relationship with ourselves. And the love-hate relationship that we have with ourselves derives from suppressing that shadow aspect of ourselves, the pain, the negativity, the unresolved issues. See, the things that we don't address usually becomes the things later on that we regret. And the things that causes us to regress in our masculine essence as well as feminine essence. And if you look at how the universe works, and even look at our planet, for example, how it's polluted with poison and toxin. If you look at our food, our source of nourishment is laden with poison. You got chemtrails falling from the sky. And what is the chemtrails in the sky symbolic to? Well, the sky is symbolic to our conscious. The chemtrails is the poison, right? The evils of our imagination that haven't been brought into subjection. As above, so is below. As within, so is without. Everything in our inner world and outer world exists within the polarity of love, because love is balanced by fear, just like light is balanced by darkness. It's like fire and water, male and female. It all brings balance, because 95% of our thoughts and memories are housed in our subconscious. Our shadow selves is the powerful aspect of our divine because it's designed to encourage and motivate our divine selves to be expressed through that negative, or our subconscious duality. Meaning that our lives are spent either overcoming those thoughts, feelings, and memories, or our suppression of those thoughts, feelings, and memories. See, this is what either strengthens our union and relationships, or it deteriorates our union. Because underneath all of this lies that sneaky beast, that ghost. And we can only harness our positive attributes when we allow for that polarized negative to force us to look into that mirror and deal with the shadow aspects, the unresolved issues, the unrecognized trauma. We have to face our fears. And by suppressing our shadow side, our infirmities, we are reducing ourselves, as men into boys. Thinking as a child, acting as a child, behaving as a child. And which is causing females to act out in a masculine imitation, which is abrasive, because whenever a woman is triggered by her insecurities, she becomes entitled. And when she becomes entitled, she becomes narcissistic. And when she becomes narcissistic, she becomes angry. So these are the cries that you hear online through the complaints. Usually when someone complains, this is where they feel powerless. This is where they feel hurt. This is where they feel confused. Because we really haven't addressed the main thing. We haven't dealt with our own self-hatred, which isn't a form of godliness, which has no power. We have this masculine frame, or we have this feminine frame, but we're rejecting the power of regeneration, the power of healing, because we won't face our fears. We suppress them. We masquerade them. We deflect them. And we express it in a way that's so divisive and poisonous that we never come to a solution. We have to be honest with ourselves, because we all have veered out of balance. And all of us have been suffering, both men and women. That's the reason why we feel disconnected. We feel disconnected from each other because we are disconnected from our divine selves. because there's still a great deal of our subconscious shadow selves remaining in a collective that needs to be revealed, allowed, and healed in the mirror before we decide to take up that level of responsibility in coming together in wholeness. Now, this is just my personal assessment or reflection that I believe that we must craft a new divine structure that works for us and not against us, especially in the areas of relationships, business, spirit, soul, and purpose, by establishing new wealth codes. Because as the soul prospers, so do you. See, healing produces maturity. Because as you mature in your mentality, you mature in your mentality. And as you mature in your mentality, you mature in your femininity. See, a man that is comfortable in his own skin, or comfortable in his position, and comfortable in his masculinity, is a man that has healed and has overcame those obstacles. A woman that has expressed her feminine nature and is comfortable in her femininity and is comfortable in her position is someone that has overcame that shadow aspect. A man in his truest self is a waymaker. He is a man that provides guidance. He's a man that's not giving you gimmicks or playing games. He's providing a way of life. He's uplifting. He's nurturing. He's healing. He's a man that builds and adds on. See, a man finds himself in his purpose, in his work, in his lot, just like a woman finds herself in her servitude, in the relationship with that man. She finds enduring happiness, peace, tranquility. And what I mean by the work, and what I mean by the purpose, for man is directly related to his relationship. Because you find your assignment in your relationship. A man finds his assignment in a relationship with God, just like a woman finds her purpose, assignment in a relationship with that man. The reason why there's this new expression of the new masculinity which really the new masculinity is a genderless expression of that, an androgynous attitude. The reason why women are out of place is because the man is out of place. See, if you are doing everything that you're supposed to do as a man, there is no room to complain about the woman that is designed to assist you, because it is not your responsibility. What your responsibility is your first thing, your principle, your main thing, which you are supposed to be doing. A woman will fall in line once you're in line, once you're centered with yourself. So we're all acting out of our fears and confusions. Instead of actually addressing what's in that mirror. And as I said before, relationships reveal bondage. It reveals what you haven't dealt with. It reveals that you are still in arrested development. You can only be deceived if you're after something. And majority of us are seeking lower end communication, because if you look at the loins, our lower parts of us, our sexual organs, is really just a lower form of communication. And this is what we're seeking after, a lower form of communication, lower frequencies, and then we're confused by our problems in our relationships. We've become the modern day Ahab and Jezebel. Definitely something to think about, right? Because we're looking for a mother in the relationship instead of looking for a wife in the relationship. She's looking for a father in a relationship instead of looking for a king, a man in a relationship. Because inside the home, you might have had a mother, but there was no motherhood inside the mother. Or the mother wasn't there, just like the father. Either the father wasn't in the home, or if he was in the home but lacked the fatherhood inside the father. Didn't, impress the patriarch and the inner man to show you an example. Which is okay. It happens. Thing is, How do you deal with that? Are you dealing with that ghost? Or are you trying to masquerade that ghost or that noise with even louder noise and even more distraction? Most people are scared to get away from that noise on the outside to deal with that noise in the inside, to adjust the volume. How do you expect someone to love you as yourself when you are running from yourself, when you are hiding from yourself, when you're hiding from your pain, when you're hiding from your trauma? Instead of in order to conquer new oceans, you have to lose the sight of the sea. And how do you lose sight of the sea? It's to heal. And to be honest with who you are, where you're at, where you're hurt, why you're hurt. Accountability responsibility, and confidence in confronting conflict or unresolved issues is really going to determine your health, the lack thereof, right? And your state of consciousness and the state of your being. Getting to the other side, as Yahshua said, cast the net onto the right side, right? We're always talking about the right side, the right hemisphere, the rib. We begin to see the right woman in our life when we become the right man. Vice versa. We can't overcome our trauma and our pain through lies and deception, through neglecting our relationship with the one that created us. Through drugs and illicit sex. Blessings and peace. Blessings and peace.